Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Minding Your Business. I'm your host, Gary Shera, and it's just a delight and a pleasure and a privilege to be in your homes every Tuesday at 10:30. And I say 10:30, that's our new time. And we think it's a good time. We hope you find it's a good time. It's been so many years that we've been at 7 o'clock on Tuesdays, but change is good. Right, Kelly?
Absolutely.
Change is good, and we're changing our time to 10:30 at night on Tuesday nights for your enjoyment. But remember, you can catch us on creatvsj.org on the internet. And soon we'll be announcing that you're going to be able to catch us at your convenience because creatvsj.org will be able to archive some shows. So lots of good things are happening at Create TV, and we thank the wonderful people at Create TV, Suzanne St. John Crane, and everybody else doing such a wonderful job. And ladies and gentlemen, we're just delighted to be here tonight with Kelly Bunch of the Shelly Foundation. And this might be a new organization to you. So we'd like to introduce the Shelly Foundation on Minding Your Business and get you aware of this terrific organization that is named after Kelly's sister, Shelly.
Absolutely.
And so anyway, let's just, Kelly, welcome to Minding Your Business, first of all.
Thank you.
Kelly is the founder of the Shelly Foundation. And in your own right, Kelly, you're an accomplished, successful business person in human resources with many of the Silicon Valley companies, and you do all this kind of stuff. But really, we're not here to talk about that part of your life. We're here to talk about the life that you and the story that you shared with your sister as she went through her particular experience with a very difficult and malignant, virulent form of cancer that eventually took Shelly's life.
Yes.
And how the Shelly Foundation is formed and organized to hopefully find a cure to this cancer. And with that, I'm going to get out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fascinating story, and just wait until you see some of the pictures that go along with the story. Kelly, tell us a little bit about the Shelly Foundation.
The Shelly Foundation was founded by Shelly's family, as you said, when she succumbed to her ependymoma tumors. We decided to organize the foundation in order to provide research grants to students in hopes of finding causes or a cure.
Mm-hmm. Ependymoma is the name of the tumor.
It's actually a tumor. They are present in the brain as well as in the spine. It's a specific type of tumor that presents itself in both locations.
Is this a rare type of cancer?
It's fairly rare. There are 395,000 people in America who are sitting with a diagnosis of one of these types of tumor. So that's the numbers we're looking at. There's about 195,000 people who are diagnosed with an ependymoma brain tumor each year, and about 3,200 who are diagnosed with the spinal form of the ependymoma tumor.
Now, Shelly's story with respect to this tumor that and took her life after a very courageous fight and a battle, starts really when she was very young, as
Absolutely.
a child, and we have determined through medical research that this tumor is very prevalent in a majority of children.
Yes, absolutely, and typically it shows in young children in the brain. And in Shelly, it actually presented in her spine. When she was 12, they found at Stanford Medical Center, they actually found a shadow and investigated it. It was very, very rare, had only ever been found in an autopsy. So she was very lucky to be really one of the first that they ever found it in while she was still alive.
But even before they were fortunate enough to find the tumor, it was not diagnosed initially and originally as a tumor. What happened when Shelly was younger before it was diagnosed?
She actually, my parents had quite the battle. She was 12 when they found it, so they had taken her from doctor to doctor because she was in severe pain. She couldn't bend over. There were a lot of symptoms that were just not typical in a young child, and they assumed she was preteen anorexia was the diagnosis most of the time. So it was difficult to figure out what this was, and it was really pure luck when the student at Stanford found that shadow.
Wow. Now, Shelly is your sister.
Yes.
Are there any other siblings?
No.
So what are the ages between you and Shelly?
We were 13 months apart.
13 months
Yes,
apart.
she's 13 months older than I am.
I see. What are your recollections of when you and Shelly were youngsters and you look back now, but what do you remember going through yourself?
We, because she was sick, I always sort of took on the role of the older sister, but we fought quite a bit when we were younger. We didn't become friends until we were adults.
Not unusual, is
She used
it?
to steal my candy.
Now, you're the older sister by 13 months, is that
I'm the younger sister by
but
13
you-
months, but
I
I
see.
took on that role.
I see. And then just to bring the story, just a close circle before we get into something else. Shelley, then the cancer went into remission, did it, or what happened?
Actually, yeah, they had told my parents when she went in for surgery that it was very likely she would not make it through the surgery, and at best they could expect her to be paralyzed from the waist down.
And what age is she now?
She passed away when she was 46. So 33 years later. So she went through all of that. She came out fine. She ended up having a daughter. She lived life, and it took a while.
So she had the surgery as a youngster, and she recovered from that surgery.
Yes.
Although she was not, it was a very serious surgery.
Right.
And you tell the story that she was in a coma, and her cousins came in or something. And
That was actually later. That was at
later.
the end. That
Okay.
was at the very end. Yeah.
And then, and the story was that she was at the end of her life, she was in a coma, and her cousins came in and were talking to her and wanted to know whether she could hear them, and she just kind of woke up from the coma and said, "Yeah, I can hear you." And
Exactly.
lived longer and enjoyed life a little bit
Just
longer.
really scared everyone.
Amazing. But anyway, after 33 years, and Shelley had somewhat of a normal life, had a family, and
She did. She had a daughter. She actually suffered from a number of cancers throughout her life.
Wow.
She ended up with breast cancer, lung cancer, thyroid cancer. Also, none of it was metastasized, so it was all separate incidents of cancer. So she really had a lot of trials throughout her life.
And when did Shelley pass away?
2006,
2006.
August 19th.
And then when did you start the Shelly Foundation?
On her birthday, September 23rd, 2006.
And the mission of the Shelly Foundation is again to?
It is to raise money for research grants. It was always students who helped my sister, so we wanted to be able to provide funding to student researchers in hopes of finding a cure or even causes for the ependymoma tumors.
Is there a lot of research being done on this particular type of tumor?
There is not. I do know that Stanford Medical Center has 3 clinical trials going, and there are a number of other organizations who are now starting to work on this. And the role of the Shelly Foundation is to raise funds to help them to do what they're doing.
Is the organization a 501c3 organization?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, absolutely. Let's talk about a wonderful event that the Shelly Foundation is going to be holding at the Decathlon Club, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very excited. We're having our 2nd annual hat show. It's actually an antique hat and clothing show. The hats, like the one I'm wearing here and this one
Beautiful.
that I have, they're created by Dale Lee. She's the artist.
These are period hats, they look like.
They
Obviously.
absolutely are. And Dale donates 100% of the profits, and we do a beautiful show. It's actually set at the Decathlon Club. It's a gorgeous setting. We're having a lunch and a little fashion show.
So, and this is to raise awareness of the Shelly Foundation, its mission, and to hopefully attract some interest and maybe even some contributions to the mission.
Right. It is a fundraiser, so we have asked for the cost of the lunch. A portion of the cost of the lunch goes towards the foundation.
And this is at the Decathlon Club.
Yes, on Santa Clara.
On Sunday, September 20th.
Yes.
At noon.
Yes.
And how do people register for it?
Go to the website, www.shellyfoundation.com.
Okay.
And there's a link. Then you can order your lunch. You can tell us what kinds you're looking for.
Okay.
And we'll get you tickets.
Well, great. I just see that the lunch menu includes all the good stuff. Baby greens, penne pasta, grilled chicken breast, roasted butternut squash. You got a vegetarian selection. You got ice cream. You got coffee.
They do a beautiful job.
And then after we have lunch, we can go work out, right?
Right.